Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome, and thank you for joining us. I'm going to get my signature sewn in. I got a few tags and pockets I want to work on, and I'm going to try to get all of that done here tonight. Hope everybody's doing good and y'all are hanging in there. And I am excited, but sorry to say, for those of you that are watching and hoping that no one has spoke for this journal yet, it has already been spoken for. So I'm going to try to get this made as quick as I can and get it sent out to Miss Deborah. She, as soon as I put it up, the first comment said, "I liked it." Yeah, she wants it. So we're going to work on it, get it put together for Miss Deborah. So, but I hope you still watch a couple of videos here that we're decorating and all of that. And I don't shoot the videos to particularly sell, just to sell it. I shoot them to show you how I do things and stuff like that, and my ideas. And if you have the kits or want to go get the paper kits or whatnot, how I used it, and maybe give you some new ideas of how to use some of your paper kits that you have, and paper products and stuff. That's the main focus and points of my videos. It's because I am a little bit hindered health-wise with hands and stuff like that, so I have to do things a little different. But just because you have arthritis and stuff and carpal tunnel, don't mean you can't do these things. You just have to do it a little bit different than everybody else, that's all. So I try to show the easiest way that I've come across how to do things. Well, that is definitely not even up, but we can fix it up. No big deal. So when you put it in there, you want to make sure you don't go through the thread, pierce the thread, because if you do, it's not going to tighten up on you. And I chose, it's a real light yellow, a darker cream color, if you will, wax thread to put in here, because I didn't think it would take away from the middle or the outside. So hopefully that will be fine. I always do 3 knots in it just for good measure. I'm going to tie it in a bow till we get our bits and pieces put in it, just so the string is not flip-flapping around in our faces, you know what I'm saying? So now we got our signature in it. So I've decided that I'm going to make a couple of those pre-cut black cardstock pockets, and I took some vellum. I'm going to show y'all what I've decided I'm going to do with them. I'm going to put my whole sticking mat up. I haven't decided on a topper yet, so I don't know if I'll put one, but I do believe I'm going to poke the holes through this and do the closures that way. But oh, that's going to be pretty. Yes, I love it. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. And I've got some butterflies this color here too, that if we wanted to put on some tags and stuff, we could. Oh, that's so pretty there. I'm just folding the papers, because we just newly sewed it together. So we are just going to massage the papers Get them where they're pliable so we can do what we need and want to do with them. Pull the sleeves up because I feel like I keep hanging the corner of that one. But all this is pretty, y'all. I love it. It's turned out really good. All right, so now I've got that done. So, you know, I had said I was going to take the black pockets, right, and put the florals on them. So, you know, I took the vellum and I cut it to the size of the pocket. I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to, you know, snip that, and then I'm going to take my sunflowers, put them in the corner. So then it's not just, you know, the black pocket. Can you see the sunflowers on the vellum? So that's what I'm going to do with those. I have 2 white and 2 yellow, and you to do that. And then some of the leftover bits from the vellum, I'm taking back them on some cardstock here, make some dangle tag bits out of those. I'm going to try to do that. And then these bits here that kind of look like dog bones, I folded those in half, and we're going to make some page tabs out of those and put those in. I think that's going to be pretty. And then it has some square bits here that I said, you know, and I had printed on the back of them, but I was thinking, you know, that we could take and glue the square bits, have this as one side and that as a side, and just round the corners of it, you know, and use those as page tabs as well. And then, you know, we have the butterflies, and then this is the sunflower. So I thought we could use those as page tabs also, just round the corner bits. So I think we're going to do that. And then I have tags with dangles. So I love that look. So that's what we're going to try to get done in the video today, is all of this, hopefully. I definitely need to get the vellum parts done first and put them underneath the book weight until they dry, so that way they won't, you know, like roll up on me, because as soon as you put glue on the vellum, it rolls up like snakeskin. So let's try to get that stuff done first. And I may not get my flowers on there until maybe tomorrow, or when we actually put them in the journal, just because I don't want to glue that on there and it roll up with me. So I'm going to do the vellum, put it under something heavy to hold it down, and then I just wonder, well, I started to say, I just wonder if I could do, if I could put them on there and make maybe like a double pocket. Let's try that. Let's do that. I know the tags will have to be just straight glued, so let's get that done first. Let's do them. Hopefully we can get this here done. So what I'm going to do is glue it on here, and I hope like heck that these don't roll up with me. And the little cardboard pieces that I had were the sunflowers, you know, had their little ties on when it has holes in them. I've got an idea for those to do on Trash to Treasure Thursday. I'm going to make some interesting pockets with those to go in our other grungy sunflower journal. So I'm going to make pockets to go on the front cover of that journal with them. I think that's going to be really neat. I think you'll like it. Okay, so now let's trim these out. Hopefully it won't roll too bad. I can get the hands and the scissors to work together today. Now any of these bits that I cut off of here for the backings, I'm just going to put in backing stuff. So like I'll make a master board, it needs a back to it. If I decide I'm going to use it as tags or something, I'll put that on it. So we'll just throw these scraps over here to the side for now. As I rearranged my craft room this weekend, I pulled down that 9-drawer Irish unit. One of them, I have 2 on my desk. So I pulled one of them down and set it over here beside my printer station because it has cardstock in it. And I hardly ever have to get into it unless I'm building a book of some sort. So I put it over there. And then the one that I do get into a bit, where it has, you know, like my glue pages and music pages, my glue books and stuff like that, I left it on top of my desk. And then I have room for my ephemera boxes that I can get in and out of really easily without having to rearrange my whole desk. And that was the issue I was having, because I couldn't get into my Irish unit without having to move all of my stuff around, and it was getting a little bit cumbersome and annoying. Okay, so well, so far they're not rolling up that much, so let's go on ahead and try to get these fixed up. But I thought I would back these onto this cardstock backing paper here. Make some little tags off of these little cut aparts with the dangles. I think that is just going to be cute. That's going to be real pretty. Alright, so I got those. We're going to let them lay over here just for a minute. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and glue this down on our pockets. So, and see. Hopefully that won't roll up either, and hopefully it'll work, because this vellum's not real thick. So hopefully this will work. And I cut it down to the insides of the pocket, where it would go inside of the score lines. Oops. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna work. Now where's that thumb pull thing at? So I got this thumb pull thing from We Are Memory Keepers. So I'm hoping that's gonna be about, I can't see. I'll open that up. Yeah, I think that's gonna be about the same size as that opening on that and it is. Heck yeah, that's gonna work, buddy. I thought it would, but I, you know, wasn't sure. Yeah, so that is gonna be our pocket. And then we'll take and put our sunflowers on that. Shut your face, that looks good to me. I'm a-liking it. That's something in my eyeball there. It looks a little fuzzy-wuzzy. Ugh. So now in this kit that came with this, it had 1 page of pockets, and I printed it twice is how I got these. So these are the pockets that was in the kit. And then these I'm going to use as tuck spots, which we could use to dress up pockets or whatnot, but I'm going to use them as tuck spots because, you know, I have all of this beautiful scrapbooking paper that we can cut and use for tags. Now these, you can use them as tags, but I'm going to glue them, you know, in an L shape either way, whichever side I put it in. I'm going to glue them as tuck spots, or put it, you know, kind of sample page, or kind of put it, you know, in the middle of the page, because we have a bunch of journal cards and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do with these. Now, if you have the same kit, you can take and you can make tags out of these, you know. And then, but I'm using them as side tucks and stuff. I got some in my eyeball. But all of that just needs to be inked up and glued in. And I think I'm going to use black soot for my ink on this because it has, you know, the black. And I think that is going to be look super pretty. So, let me see if I can't get the sides of this folded up. Get these pockets ready because I was afraid that, you know, because sometimes when you glue vellum with a glue stick, it does curl up, you know, like a snake skin. And then, but, you know, I'm putting it on I'm putting it on 65, or this here is 110 pounds, and it wants to act a fool right here, this corner. Quit. Sometimes you just got to talk to your paper and tell it, you know, hey, you're going to do what I said to do, not what you want to do. Ugh. Okay, so then that's going to be, love it, love it, love it. Because, you know, I was, like I said, I wanted to use these, but that's just going to be too much, you know, not decorated up. But I love that right there. Absolutely love it. So we're going to have two, it's got the white on it, and two, it's got the yellow. And how I'm going to put these on here, if you can see where it had the little, where you could tie it around like a basket or something like that, I just cut those off. And so I'm just going to glue around that whole little back piece right there with the Fabri-Tac and the strings of it. And I'm going to put it on my pocket. And I am just going to be so super duper happy with that. Now hopefully it will go on there and stay. We may have to set it off to the side and let it dry, but hopefully this is going to work. I need to use one of these wet wipes to wipe my eyeball. I don't know what I got in it. Maybe a paper scrap or something, but who knows. Hopefully I don't wipe it with the wrong finger and get Fabri-Tac in my eyeball. Oh, goodness, that would be funny. Not really. Oh, that's going to be fun. Maybe I need to put it a little bit out around it. Let's do this here, around the leaves. Let's do it around the petals, not leaves. It's petals on a flower. Leaves are on a tree. Let's do that. And I think this is going to work, and it's going to be super pretty. Grab and hold, buddy. Grab and hold. I'm just throwing my book sewing stuff in its box because it's sitting on top of my my eyelets over here. Then I'm going to use this table over here to the side of me to set this on. I need something to sit on it. I've done put all my books in yonder. Put all my heavy books in there. So let me grab a heavy book. We're going to use the New Century Dictionary. That's pretty heavy. So I'm going to use that to sit on it. I'm thinking of maybe getting my book sewing kit, you know, all the bits and pieces, because I'm getting to where I use it quite a bit more every day. you know, at least once a week. So it kind of thinking of a way to get it to in here at hand. But if I do that, I'm going to have to take a couple, either a whole shelf on one of my rolly carts or a couple of my Irish unit pockets. So I don't know yet. But I'm fine with it being in that box and in there on my extra shelf. It does me just wonders in there. That's the wrong way, buddy. It goes on one certain way, and that is not it. But, yep, I think this is going to absolutely work. Alrighty then. I'm just going to put this on around the petals a little bit and then in the middle there. And then I'm going to put it on here. I'll do these two on this side. I'll do the other two on this side. So I'll have, you know, two for a white one and a yellow one for the back signature, and a white one and yellow one for the front part of the signature. And I'm trying my best not to get too Fabri-Tacked up. We're putting these on. Let me see how this one's holding up over here. Oh, it's a catching good, y'all. Oh yeah, that one's doing great. So I'm going to move it over here. We're going to take this one and put it under the book. Oh, just to hold it on there. Wow, that looks really super good. Yep, I love that. Okie doke. Okay, let's get these done. And the measurements on these pockets, and this is the set of pockets that I got, die cuts that I got from Temu. This is the biggest pocket that was in the set, and the measurements on it inside of the score lines is it is 4 3/8 from the score to the top, and then it is from score to score on the side, it is 4 1/2. So I just went by the score lines to cut these vellum pieces to go on the pocket. As I said, that is going to be really pretty, you know, in the background, just to cover up the black pocket cardstock, you know, because it had a lot of void space in and around the flower. And it just works out perfect that that thumb pull is exactly that thing there. So it has, I think it has 5 pockets in that set of die cuts that I got from Temu. I don't know if they still have it, but, you know, and I know there's controversy about, you know, Temu shopping and blah, 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 but, you know, we're crafters, and sometimes, you know, I don't have the money to spend for the name brand stuff. And yes, I have found, as of here recent, have found out that Temu does, you know, I don't know how to say it, copyright infringing in some areas of their craft stuff. But I don't know for sure. People say they are. I don't know. So I do know that you can also go on Amazon.com and get some of the same stamps that they have on Temu, and it comes in the exact same packaging as some of the stamps off Amazon. And the whole page stamp that I got, that I was wanting to get off of Temu, but I ordered from Amazon because I'd heard the, you know, the copyright infringing things. I was like, well, let me not do that, you know. And then, but yeah, it came in the exact same packaging that my other one did that I got from Temu. That is the exact same brand maker. So I'm just saying. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting that on there and squishing it down, and then where the leaves, or not leaves, the petals of the flower, I've put the glue on them after I put the weight on it to hold the middle down to catch it. I just go back and push the petals down underneath it. Shut up, that's turning out so good. So happy. Whoops, wrong glue. Wrong glue. But yeah, that's just you know, you do you, you know your budget, you know, and I'm not setting out to copyright infringe on any or nobody, you know. But wrong way. I did find on there, wrong way again. What am I doing? Oh, I turned that one completely around. That's why it was the wrong way twice, knucklehead. I just caught that. I did turn it completely around. But I did just find on looking at it that they have mats that are compatible with Brothers Scan & Cut that I have. So I ordered me a set of 4 for $13. And I'm going to see if they work. And I will let you all know. And it didn't say, it doesn't have the Brothers Scan & Cut, you know, like none of that. It's not, it just said it is compatible with it. So that's, maybe they needed to rephrase their wordings, you know. And I wasn't looking for that. I just happened to cross it. All right. I'm glad I didn't throw that little thumb pull thing away there now, because I started to when I got this set of things here. So now, because it doesn't have an inlay plate for paper to go on the inside, it just has, you know, the pockets. So, you know, you can do the measurements from the score lines, get your paper to put on the pocket, and then just take that little thumb pull cut out. And that's a We Are Memories paper. We Are Memories Keeper, and it is a thumb pull, and that's exactly what it says, thumb pull. And if that works perfect with this. Okay. So now let's put this one down. This one's going to be a little more difficult. The petals aren't, petals are lining up. They're not, there we go. Let's twist you up a little bit. There we go. Make you look a little fuller. Yep. So I think that is just going to be beautiful pockets on here. Is that the right side? Yep. Okay. So put that and hold it just for a minute so it'll catch on there. Pull this one up from out from underneath my book. Get my petals put down on it. Put this one underneath the book. You see how it moved? Can't be having that now. Cannot have that. So we'll just put a book on it. Oh, I dropped it. There you go. But yeah, so see that middle, it's stuck. So I just take and put the petals down. Oh, it's so pretty. I love that. Can y'all see? I know it puts a glare on the vellum, but it's got the sunflowers on them. Heck yeah. I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave them over here for just a minute to let them dry before I stick them in the book. So, all right. So I don't think I need to do any more gluing. Nope, that's a lie. I need to glue the edges. I'm going to glue the edges of these together and snip them. And then that's going to be some page pulls. I'm going to do this right here. So I'm just going to do a swap of glue down on the edge of them. And line them suckers up the best that I can get them lined up. So then when I put them on the page, and all I gotta do is glue here, you know, and put it on the page. So we're gonna do that, and then let that dry a minute. It's a lot of glue, so we can do what I want to actually get done to it done. You know what I mean? Now our other tags and stuff is we just need to put the metalworks on them and the ink. Oops, I pushed that off of where it was supposed to be. I had it lined up and then pushed it away from it. And we're going to ink around it, so if it's not perfectly lined up, it's fine, but these are good anyways. Okay. So now, I think that is all the gluing I need to do for today. Put that up there. What am I looking for? Let me see what this looks like first. With a fancy corner rounder here. I'm just going to use this book page backing bit. Let's see if I like it or not. Well, apparently not, because it didn't cut it right. I don't think I'm going to like that. No, I don't think so. I think we just going to round it. We're just going to round the corners. I don't like that. That is probably my leastest favorite punch besides this one right here. And I ordered me a new one of these suckers too. Because apparently it's got to be, you know, 110-pound cardstock for it to punch anything. And see, there it is, messing that up. Because sometimes, you know, I just want the sharpness of the corner off of it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, just knock the sharpness of the corner off. I thought maybe I could put a fancy corner on them, but it ain't gonna work. I don't like this punch. Now these here, you know, you can take and punch it and see it puts that little bit on it where if you punched all the corners of it, it would make it look like a one of those tickety things, so you can make your own tickets. Yeah, see, that's fine. I like that. But this one here, well, I ain't a feeling that punch. Nothing I've put it on, it makes it look any better. And I like that. I like that punch there. Okie doke. So now I think I'm done with all of the bits and bobs that I need to glue and whatever. Now we need to get the ink out. Excuse me for the coughing. And what, you know, well, no, I think I got black soot in here. Got hickory smoke. Let's see what that looks like. Is that going to be dark? No, it's gray. I bought that because I got a lot of hickory smoke Christmas type things from My Porch Prints. I think the black soot, I'm going to have to pull this whole stamp tray out underneath here. Yep. No, I don't, knucklehead. You got black soot over here for your stamp pad that you keep on the desk. Knucklehead. Knucklehead. I'm sorry if I'm bumping y'all. But, you know, I can't have everything out in the open in my craft room because it's in my bedroom. So, I keep everything, you know, tidied up. I can pull it out and get to it, but it's tidied up. Alright. So, we're going to do a little bit of, oh yeah, black soot edging on this stuff. And hope that that all turns out pretty. Because I think that would be pretty. Maybe we'll just do it on this. I don't think I want to do it on the rest of that stuff. I don't know. Because, yeah, I like it. I think it looks okay. That probably should have been cut, actually. Skillers, let's cut you, buddy. Y'all, it was so slow at my work tonight because, you know, they're calling for the storms and the flash floods and all that coming in. I mean, I was just literally standing there watching, what was it? The serial killer marathon of the 48 on YouTube at work. That's what I did for about the last 2 hours, actually, because it was really that slow. I mean, we were really not busy tonight. And it's kind of unusual for a Tuesday for us to be that slow. But it's because, you know, they're talking about the not tornadoes, the hurricanes off the coast. And we got, you know, the rain that came in yesterday. We had a little bit of portions here and there at the other place that had some localized flooding. And then it's supposed to start tonight. And it was sprinkling in that when I came in. It's supposed to start tonight and rain all the way, I think, till like 5 in the evening tomorrow, which it would be Wednesday for me. And then, so they're calling for flash floods again. And then plus 2, I think school goes back to our local schools go back to school next week. I think is what the teacher fellow said this evening, was that the schools will go back this coming week. Alrighty. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine and dandy. That. Let's ink these bits here up first, because I know that's an annoying sound. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to streamline the process a little bit here. So I'm definitely going to get these done. Now I don't have any sunflower charm things to put as my dangle bits off the bottoms of these. I do have some on order, but I know they're not going to be here nowhere near time for this journal to get done and be sent out at a timely order fashion, or whatever you want to call it. But I do have, you know, like little keys. So I was wondering if maybe I could put some of those, like these here, have the little key dangles. I was thinking about putting those dangling from this, but I don't think I will. And these, I'm going to do gold for the top bits on the bigger ones. I can get them out of my fingers. Then I'll do the little gold ones for these so that so I can hang them off of a bulb clip. Now, when I run out of these little ones, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll just be using all of them the same size. But I don't know if you can find any more of the small ones. I think they're the 1/8. That's what I need. I need some of them. Let's say, did I glue that wrong? Nope. Y'all, I was fixing to cuss myself out if I did. Alright, I need gold danglies. And see, look, so like this, I'm going to show you, I don't know if you can tell the difference or not. Alright, so this is gold, this is old gold, and this is rose gold. Now see, this is more, it kind of blends with rose gold, but it does not go with that gold. You see, it's got a little more pinky hue to it. And you can tell the difference when you got them all together. And I just order, you know, a mixed batch of them, and I just put them all in here in my little jar. And I'm just fine and happy with that. Because, you know, I was real anal about it. I went used to, you know, like, everything's got to be separated out in its own little color section. But that's a whole lot of storage units that you got to get for that. Okay, so let's see. So I am off tomorrow, which is Wednesday, which is the day y'all will be watching this. So I got some running I got to do. I got to get a journal sent out. Just trying to get get in touch with the lady that wanted to come look at some journals. But our schedules are not lining up. Probably won't line up till next Sunday. And that's fine, because, you know, I'm tired. And I think tomorrow I'm going to spend a portion of my day fussy cutting. And a portion of my day, which I can run the printer and the fussy cutter at the same time. Just, you know, printing backgrounds. Ouch. That hurt my wrist. But if I was printing kits, I would, you know, need to focus on, you know, printing the kit. And be attentive to the printer. But I'm just going to be, I need to change these bits here. I'm just going to be background printing, more or less, is what I'm going to do. So, I don't want to put that in her head. I'm going to put it over here, behind her. These will be fine right in the middle. Pinch my finger again. So I'll pull my little cart out that has my printer and my fussy cutter, Brother Scan and Cut on it. I'll pull it out, and then I'll get my printer station going, and I'll run my fussy cutter. And then, you know, when I get a sheet of fussy cuts done, I'll pull it out, and I'll have to, you know, I go back over and shove some more cardstock through the printer, because I'll just set it to do like 20 sheets, because I know I've got a bunch, and I'll put 1 or 2 pieces of cardstock in it at a time, instead of me just having to click every single one, you know. And then I just got to hit the okay, it's got paper in it button. And that's how I work most of the time on the weekends. That's how I kind of do things. I'll get it going and do that. And then I was doing where I would print the fussy cuts of a kit first, and then I would take, get on there, and then I would take and start fussy cutting them, and then I would take and print, you know, the rest of it, like the pages and backgrounds and all of that. So I was printing all that. Is so cute. I love them little dangle tags. Those are just cute as a button, and it's printed with the little polka dots on the back. Yes, oh, that's cute. Did I put, yeah, I put the right thing on there, didn't I? No, I didn't. The woman's supposed to be on this one, Knucklehead. Pay attention what you're doing. Pay attention, honey. Uh-oh. Sirens, y'all. Pray for them. Bless them. Don't know who or what it is, but just always say bless them. There we go. Yeah, one of the dark ones on that. I thought them would be cute. And we're going to put Miss Lady on here. But yep, that's what I'm wanting to do with these. And we're going to have a bunch of, you know, dangle tags. Now these I put, you know, like I said, on that cardstock, and it's just the vellum. Leftover bits of the vellum pages that I cut up to make my pockets. Oh, yeah. My nose is wanting to run. I think my allergy is trying to get messed up. It's getting feeling like fall in our area. I'm like, shut up. As soon as July was done, it said I'm done with the heat wave. I don't think we've been above 80 degrees in a week. I'm loving it though. I don't like the heat. As you can tell, I love staying in sweatshirts. Now my family, they freeze me to death in this house, I'm telling y'all. Used to be, I was hot-natured, just a hot-natured person. I'd be outside in the snow with flip-flops and shorts on playing. I mean, really, I was. Got pictures to prove it. When my daughter was first born, 3 weeks old, it snowed, and we took her outside. I had biker shorts on and flip-flops, but I had her bundled up. You couldn't even tell it was a baby in her. Oh, no. I glued that to my book. Daggone it. I'm afraid that was going to happen. I left it on there too long. There we go. We got it fixed, though. It's good. But, yeah, my first daughter, after we had her, about 3 weeks after she was born, it come a good snowstorm. And we took her outside to get pictures in the snow. I had like this whole little snowsuit, and then I had like 3 blankets wrapped up around her. I mean, like it was a big old barrel, you know, like just arm length barrel, and you couldn't even tell there was a baby in there. You couldn't see her face or nothing. And you know, me and the husband, you know, herself out there in shorts and flip-flops. Well, he didn't have flip-flops on. He had tennis shoes. He would not dare wear a set of flip-flops or sandals of any kind. Oh, look at that, y'all. Oh, love it. Love it. Put that in there. Let's get it in there. I'm not going to play with that Fabri-Tac right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to get my white glue. How long have I been on here? Almost. But I want to put these in here so you see what they look like. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So now these are gusseted, but the gusset is not that like 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to put the glue on there, use my finger tool, and spread it out so it'll catch and grab real quick so we can move along with it. You know, so this is the finger tool spreading it out, you know what I'm saying? Yep. And we're going to stick it in here. Hopefully, we'll stick it in here. So that way I spread it out on the flap so it doesn't ooze up underneath it and catch it. You know what I mean? That's why I done that. Come here, paper. Get the wet wipe. Wipe my fingers there. So yeah, that's what we doing that bit. Trying to do so much, you know. I'm just trying to do all the things. But I wanted to do, you know, finish this bits to show you what it's going to look like in the journal. And it's a gusseted pocket. Now look at that. Is that not beautiful? I love it. And you know what I did? These were supposed to be on this side. That's supposed to be on the back side. Can I pull it off of there? Yes, I can. Let's get it off of there without turning the page up. And we'll glue it right back down. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Come here, you. We'll put glue on you. We'll stick you right there, and you won't never know the difference. And well, besides us watching the video, you know what I'm saying. Yes, Miss Deborah, I put the wrong ways on it, but we're fixing it. I'm fixing it right now. So just to make sure that glue catches that pocket good, we'll smear it out, and I'm going to put it right back there where it was. Right back smack dab in the same spot. Yes, ma'am. Okie dokie. I knew I was going to do some dumb stuff like that. I always do. You know, I make it, you know, one side or the other, and I wind up putting it on the opposite side where it was supposed to be because I'm running my mouth. Running the mouth and not paying attention. Pay attention, woman. Until I was not meant to get rich paying attention because I'm broke as a joke and can't pay attention for nothing. I couldn't get a loan to pay attention, I tell you that. All right, that's pretty there. Now let's go back here. See what, oh yeah. Yeah, see, that's going to be pretty there. Yes, ma'am. Looky doke. Now we're just going to re-glue this pocket. We sure are. So I wanted to get these in here. Now the other ones I want to ink before I glue them in. So I'm gonna go ahead and ink them off camera. I'm gonna try to get everything inked up tonight off camera, but most of it is going to be fixing tag topper bits. Is pretty much all we got to do, and then we'll just go in and glue our stuff in. May do 2 more videos. You know, I'll get all the stuff inked. We'll go through, glue our pockets in. We'll make up some cut us up some of these beautiful scrapbooking papers that has the beautiful colors on them. Shut up. That is so pretty. I love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Slide this in here and make sure. Whoops. Well, I said I was. I'm going to have to put a little bit of spot of glue on that, because it's soaking the glue up now. I was afraid of that. That's okay. We'll just hold it on there a little bit more and quit trying to mess with it. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to mess with it too much. think I'm just trying to, get it in a hurry. But, so then see, like, I love this, where you put the tag in there, and the little dangle hangs down over the pocket. That's my favoriteest thing. And that is the best idea, other than, making them as tabs for your page or what have you. Make sure you print on the back of it. If you don't want to back them, you make them as tabs for your page. Or you can put them down a belly band, stack them up, clusterize a belly band. Clusterize, that's a new word. And then, but these little dangly bits, I love that. That is the best idea I think I've had for them little circly bits like that. As you get them with a lot of kits, the circles, And I'm like, what in the heck am I going to do with all these circle bits, Because they're small, and you want stuff to decorate tags and pockets with, Yeah, you can make clusters out of them. But, yes. But see what I'm saying? Like, if you use it to a tab, make sure you print on the back. And then, you could do this as a tab on the page. And then it's printed on the back if you don't put them together back to back. Alright, so then I'm going to go somewheres over in here and put this one. Let's see, what would be a better looking page to put that up against? Well, that's pretty much it, because, that's the middle right there. Yeah, so let's do them on this. Then that way there's one in the back and one kind of towards the middle-ish. Probably should have done the one towards the middle-ish first, because the one on the back is going to puff it up. Okay. Them came out awesome. I love it when I have an idea and it actually works, y'all. I really do love that. So, I hope my idea for those cards that the flowers came off of, where it had the little holes in it, I'm wanting to take and cover them with vellum, and then put the little bee buttons that I have that have like the backs on them. Let me see if I can do this right here. Look how we just want to flip-flop that journal all every which way but loose, just to get this pocket on here straight and flat. Oh man, the things we do making stuff, y'all. Because I knew if I put it down up against that, it was going to flip-flop the little edges. My little green thing, here it is. A little green mat. Let's put you in there. That'll help flatten it up a little bit. Now, it's not so much that it really needs, like a writing board, but I may make one to put in here as a thank you, because, it is going to add a little bulk. So, yeah, with 4 of these in there, I think we would probably need to put a writing board in there, and that's fine. I got plenty of beautiful paper. I have plenty of chipboard to make a writing board for this. And then, while I was thinking of along those lines this evening, I was thinking of, what pocket I could put on here. I want to put a pocket here. I don't know if I want to do lace or what, but I want a pocket here. Yep, I want a pocket there so I can put my 4x6 writing board in there, or 5x7. Do it like this. Well, it's going to have to be 7x5, because this is 6 inches. So we'll put a writing board back here, and then we'll put our other thank yous up here. Yep. Okie doke. So let's find this page on the other side Put that pocket in here. Ooh, look, there's the other side of this page, right? Yeah. And look, that's going to look great there. I love that. Okie doke. We need you back over here, buddy. Get over here and do your job now. Get to work. Get to work, buddy. Everything has to have a purpose to be at my desk and in my craft room. And if you don't do a daily job purpose, then you get put in a box up on a shelf somewhere else until I'm like, oh, I forgot I had that. You know, while I'm hunting for something else to serve a purpose. That's what happens most of the time. Because like I said, you know, it's the corner of my craft room. Now, mind you, I know that I have it. And I pretty much know where everything is because, you know, I have my hands in it. And from, you know, week to week, looking for things to decorate with. Or, you know, something different, you know. Going through my scrapbook papers. I'm like, oh, I know I've got, you know, this here and that there. Let me go through my scrapbook papers and get all of my bee stuff out. Let me get all of my sunflower stuff out. You know, that type of thing. And it doesn't hurt, you know, like if it's seasonal crafty type things, to go through it at the start of that season so you know for sure what paper you have and where it is. Most of my stuff I do have labeled, you know, like fall, Christmas, stuff like that. But, you know, I don't know exactly what box everything's in, but I do know the general box that it is in, you know. And then I do have the see-through boxes. I like those to death because then I can look and see for sure what fabric's in what without having to pull everything out and go through it. Hush up, y'all. This is working. Okie doke. Those pockets are in there, buddy. And see, and that's why I said I'm only going to do 2 of each color. Because, you know, my bright idea was I wanted to do all the pockets with those. And it was going to be like this. Because I stacked them up and it was like 4 inches wide, just the pockets. I was like, yeah, no, that I can't do that. Because it's, you know, this is going to be like this. But, yeah, I think that is just enough. Just enough puffiness there. And that is, you know, as far as I could comfortably cut those without causing any stress on the actual flower part. So I'm going to put these here. Yes, ma'am. Shut up. Shut your face. That looks good. All right. And then I'm going to put this one here. And then I need to get me another one fixed up. This one here is a short one. So then, let's see. Oh, there's Miss Lady. Let's do her because I want the dark one on the outside. Okay, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of them to make. But this one here I'll make and have her dingle dangle there. So the white pockets will kind of, you know, kind of match. Yep, that's what's going to happen. All right, so I'm going to get off here for today. I'm going to, don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably sit here and ink a little bit. I don't know. I'm tired. I may just chillax and watch some TV. I can run some stuff through the printer while I'm doing that, you know, where I don't have to focus on nothing but just sticking a piece of paper in the back of the printer, you know what I mean? That's relaxing enough for me. So yeah, I think I may do that. And then I'll get up tomorrow and I'll work on some of this stuff. Well, because you know the gist of these. So I'm just going to ink them, go ahead and fix those up, have that ready. Then tomorrow we'll glue our tabs in. We'll glue the rest of our pockets in. And I do have some of these faux washi tape. So I'm thinking about on some of the pages, some of them, or see like this would kind of go with that. Maybe just putting it across the top, you know, putting a little bit across the top, then hopefully I would have enough to do the other page. I'm getting the hiccups again, but that's what I'm thinking about doing with those bits is, you know, trying to mix and match it. That is so fun. I love it. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good evening, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day.